afternoon, everybody. It is a Thursday night, my friends, and I'm back. We're gonna look at maybe a couple of games tonight. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just gonna look at one game or maybe two games. I'm not sure. I was kind of on the fence about it because there's a game here that I want to play that looks really interesting, but I don't know, like. I don't know how long I want to play of it. It's kind of playing this by ear right now, my friends, as I tend to do sometimes. But welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy and happy and all those things. Kicking butt, taking names, getting things done, and enjoying life along the way. Oh, I need to turn a light on here. So hopefully I won't be so fuzzy. So less opaque. But yeah, I guess we're just gonna jump into it here. I don't remember, does this game, I don't know if this game has music or not. So let's turn the music down and see what we get here. There's a little bit of music here. I don't know if during the game itself it had music, so we might have to turn our music on. But yeah, I want to take a look at Bladesong. This is different. This is very different. It's a sword making simulator. We'll go with simulator. With a sort of story that goes along with it. There's like this overarching story that we kind of go into. There is a creative mode, as you can see, where you can just literally make swords. But we're going to do the kind of the story mode. This is early access, so I'm not sure exactly how early it is or how much is in there yet. But at least there's a little bit to wet our whistle, as it is. But yeah, let's do a new game. In cloying darkness you writhe. You cling to life by the tips of your fingers. Something takes shape in the emptiness. Contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines. A withered old woman's face floating before your own. When she speaks, she has the rasping voice of a raven. Who are you? A swordsmith? A survivor? A saint? Dying man? Dying? Wrong. It is not yet your time. The Sundering claimed untold lives, yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? Mercenary, joined a band of sellswords, forging the blades used in their butchery. When less than died in battle, it was time for me to start over. A leader, we built a settlement at Osterhall. I was their smith and their spokesman. For many years we held out. One by one, I buried them all. Wanderer, I plied my trade from settlement to settlement, gathering hard-won knowledge about a world that is falling apart. Or slave, I was too useful to kill. I was traded back and forth as a prize between warlords who kept me chained to a forge. When I saw my chance, I escaped. Let's go with leader. This background grants +3 diplomacy and may open unique dialogue choices. What's this one? +3 toughness, +3 knowledge, +3 finesse. You know what? Let's go with the +3 knowledge with the Wanderer. A cold hand touches your brow. Water cools your burning throat. You kept something through all your hardships. A keepsake from a better time. What is it? An artisan's toolkit, a family heirloom, a bottle of rare old world spirits. Optimization focused playstyle grants a bottle of precious liquor to boost your progress. Grants a unique family heirloom passed down through prior generations of your lineage. Grants a bundle of leathers and pigments for more creative freedom early on. Let's go with Artisan's Toolkit. Crimson Pigment and Saffron. The fire is burning itself out, leaving you a damp shadow of your old self. You claw blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. What do you believe in? Now the voices have abandoned this world? Ambition. Humanity can rise above the voices if we learn their secrets. Continuity. I believe in small things. Bread rising, seasons turning, children growing. Freedom. We're better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. Compassion. Every small kindness is an act of defiance in a world without pity. Or nothing. Nothing matters anymore. There's a peace in accepting that. Let's go with freedom. Defiant to the end. You can shake your fist all you like, mortal, but you can't stop what's coming. Now I'll leave you with one final question, and I don't expect an answer. What will fill the silence the voices left behind? As the old woman's face retreats into inky blackness, sparks flicker into life behind her. One by one, a field of stars burning with a sickly pale light. Like seeds taking root, they twist and expand, their tendrils branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now wake, Smith. You still have a part to play in humanity's final acts. A new day has dawned. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You're faintly surprised to find yourself alive. Either death did not come for you, or when it did, it found you unyielding. Awaken. You sit up, gasping, sweat-drenched. The fever has broken. Get your bearings. You're in a tent. There's no sign of your caretaker apart from a half-empty water pail and a damp cloth on your brow. You peek out of the tent flap, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as the eye can see, stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, churned mud and shallow graves. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse was already dying when the fever took you. Its body is nowhere to be seen. By now, it's likely soup. You're on your own. Remember, a lifetime on the roads, selling your wares, sleeping under trees, learning the secrets of the world. Every year it got harder. Landmarks vanished, bridges collapsed, outposts fell to ruin. At last you were forced to seek a sanctuary. It was a long journey to Erin Keep, through dust and despair. Your last memories are of sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs tracking furrows in the mud as someone dragged you to shelter. But who? Outside the tent is a crude field forge, complete with an anvil. Did you crawl here in a daze, or did your mysterious caretaker bring you here? Either way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. Assess the field forge's condition. It seems to have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with the skill to work it. But it won't require much effort to get running again, should you need to make a living out here. Hopefully it won't come to that. First you should head to the gates and try to secure entry to Erin Keep. That's why you came here after all. Short tutorial will teach you all you need to know. Please follow it closely. Alright. Welcome to the camp, Swordsmith. People will come to you with commissions. You choose which commissions to take on. Commissions refresh daily. Select the highlight button to choose your first commission. Alright. When you accept a commission, you prepare a billet for your sword. Preparing this billet costs action points. Action points replenish daily. Preparing this billet also costs steel. Your first customer is a gaunt man in a tattered cloak. He approaches you, noticing the anvil outside your tent. You a blacksmith? Can you make me a sword? I've got the coin for it. Just make sure it's good and long. I don't like my enemies to be in hugging distance, if you get my meaning. So rotate the camera, hold the right mouse button and move the mouse. Okay. To move the camera along the blade, hold the middle mouse button or alt right mouse button and move the mouse. Okay. Zoom in or out, use the mouse wheel. So tutorial flag in the top bar to revisit any information you've already seen. Okay. Customers have different requirements which your sword must fulfill. The top left panel shows your progress towards commission requirements. Hover the cursor to the blade length, the requirement to see helpful details. Between 38 and 58%, currently 10%. Okay. Measures from base to point. start shaping your blade, press the plus button to add a change of length ability. Okay. You can apply light or heavy hammer hits to alter your blade. Let's start with light hits. Click on the steel billet to hammer and lengthen it. In order to make larger changes on your blade, you can build up strength with heavy hits. Click when the hammer is at its highest position for a heavy hit. The longer your chain of heavy hits, the more your blade changes with each hit. There we go. Now that blade length requirement is met, let's flatten the blade. Click the plus button to add a change thickness ability. Feel free to use light or heavy hits as you please. Hold shift for even lighter hammer hits. Make the blade wider using the change width ability. Hammer a point on the sword. Usually customers won't accept the sword without a point. Cross-section ability makes your blade sharp. Let's add it. This ability has two steps. First, you need to give the blade a sharp edge. Watch the cross-section display at the top right to get a better understanding of what's changing. Hammer until the blue line on the blade turns orange. The edge is now sharp, and you can further adjust the shape of the cross-section. Keep hammering until the hexagon shape becomes a diamond shape. Great, your blade is complete. Click the hilt mode button to start working on the hilts. In hilt mode, you have access to a library of sword parts to complete your sword. Select a guard from the library, then attach it to a slot on your sword. Keep an eye. In hilt mode, attaching parts costs resources. Keep an eye on the resource panel to see how much you're spending. Add a grip part next. The customer requires a two-handed sword, so your grip section needs to be long enough. Attach a second grip part to the first. When holding a sword part, you can cycle through them using Q and E or Control Scroll wheel. Select the pommel and try this now. Okay. You can detach sword parts again by clicking on them. You will get your resources back, so feel free to experiment. When you're happy with your two-handed hilt, let's make some final adjustments to the blade. Okay. The ability history shows all the abilities that have been used on the blade. You can use this to revisit abilities or edit and delete them. The number next to the applied ability shows its intensity. Editing abilities has no cost. Feel free to experiment. Select the change width ability you added earlier. Press X to flip the direction of your hammering, then hammer to narrow the blade. Okay. Perfect. This commission is fulfilled, so it's time to sell the sword. Click the button above. The man takes the sword and jabs it at his shadow experimentally. A slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thank you, Smith. Here's your payment. Alright. And that is the sword we created. Congratulations on finishing your first sword. Another customer awaits. Customers with repair jobs will provide you with a sword that they want edited. These commissions don't have an initial billet cost, so they're perfect for making some coin when you're low on resources. Word is already spreading around camp about the new smith. Your next customer is a wary-looking man with a bald pate, his hollow eyes darting back and forth. I heard you came down with the wasting fever. Lucky to be alive, you are. Anyway, can you modify this sword for me? I scavenged it from the ruins, but it hasn't got enough of a point to it. I want something I can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. He hands you a sword with a sharp edge but a rounded tip. As you hold it up to the light, he leans forward conspiratorially. I only had this blade 3 days, and I felt people's jealous eyes upon it. If they come for it in the night, I want to be able to give them a short, sharp stab. The customer wants his sword altered. The rounded point needs to be turned into a narrow point. Revisit the point ability to reforge it. You change the range of many abilities. The range influenced by your ability is marked with a line. Drag the circular handle at the end of this line. Hammer to apply your change. Okay. Alright. What do you want? A little longer than that? Yeah, 70%. When you fulfill all the requirements, the commission is complete and you can sell the sword. Did it say what his requirements were? I guess I didn't really notice it. Okay. The man takes a sword and tests the point, smiling at the bead of blood that wells at his fingertip. Then he stows it away, glancing around the camp as he does so. Folks out here will take anything from you if you ain't vigilant. Keep a keen eye out, Smith. He scurries away, his back hunched as though against a non-existent downpour. Alright. One old tools we got. You just received a scrap item. Go to your inventory and inspect what you received. Salvaging turns scrap items into useful resources. This costs a small amount of action points, so it's a perfect use for leftover points at the end of the day. Hover over items to see descriptions. Interact with the item to salvage it. Okay. When your action points are spent, it's time to end the day. If you end the day with any action points left, they will be lost, so try to use them up whenever you can. Alright. 20 is our daily upkeep. Okay. Aaron Keep. The outer gate. I need to enter the city. Passage into Aaron Keep is barred by a colossal gate, taller than the ship's masts. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since the Masked King's ascension, it mainly keeps out the desperate masses seeking his protection. Examine the magical barrier. It's only visible in the half-light of dawn or when it pours with rain, a faint shimmer that rises from the walls and captures Aaron Keep in a vast dome. Success. For a city to have survived this long past the Sundering, it must have extraordinary defenses. We've heard that some surviving outposts have guardian dragons or shrouds of impenetrable fog, but none have as perfect a protection as Aaron Keep. It is as though the songs never ended. Attackers, human or otherwise, are simply unable to breach the dome. Poisonous miasmas dissipate harmlessly against it. Plagues are kept at bay. Within this sanctuary, crops grow without withering, water runs clean, and people can sleep without fear. If such miracles can exist in a world without the voices, surely there's hope for the future? You're now inspired for one day. Okay. Approach the gates. As you approach, the portcullis rises to admit a caravan and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Refugees push forward, begging for entry, and the guards batter them back with their shields. The merchant wagons barrel through, their drivers using horsewhips to lash stragglers out of the way. Call for the attention of the guard. Huh? What do you want? He gazes down at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. I want to enter the keep. You a citizen? Or you got yourself a worker's permit? No, I don't. Then get out of here, applicant. It's not wasting my time. Applicant. That's the euphemism the guards use to refer to the desperate hordes camping at their gate. It has a nicer ring, you suppose, than refugee. I have useful skills. I'm a blacksmith. Every applicant who comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or a damned alchemist. You think I was born yesterday? You're a smith. Prove it. How do you expect me to do that? Not my problem. Make some swords, I suppose. Maybe then we'll give you a worker's permit. Until then, buzz off, little fly. Head back to your tent. You return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best working with such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. It won't be long before your cache of steel runs out. Since it seems you're going to be here longer than expected, you should make it a priority to find a merchant in this forsaken place. Nicely done. You've finished the tutorial. From today on, you'll have more action points to spend. You won't be able to complete every commission, so pick the ones you like the sound of. The game will open up from here. Don't be afraid to explore. There are a few resources to get you started. Okay. So, leather, wood, steel, balers. Okay. Oh, and this is, we have a skill tree. Okay. Alright. What do we have here? Wow, it takes... That would take all of my action points to do that one? Hmm. 13... This is probably a repair job, I imagine. 13 for that one. Well, there's not much else I can do beyond that, though, right? The woman who approaches your anvil has sharp, quick eyes that never stop scanning her surroundings. Judging by her scars, she's had some close scrapes in her past. I'm going to head into the Lost City and find stuff to sell. People say there's treasure there, stuff that was left behind. Old tools, scrap, maybe even some gold. The Lost City's dangerous. Things hunt in the dark. I need something to keep me alive out there. Call it an investment. She wants at least 3 sharpness. 2 leather. Regular point, not too narrow, not too broad. One-handed. And between 31 and 51% blade length. Okay, what about this one? Mobility, she wants a mobility of, or he wants a mobility of 3. Walnut brown. Walnut brown pigments. Narrow point, 54 and 74%. The grizzled man limps up to you, scratching at his scarred jaw with a dirt black fingernail. I'm after a weaponsmith. Now listen, I know a good blade when I see one, so don't try to fob me off with a half-arsed job. It's 11. What do you want? A smiling man approaches your anvil. He stands out as conspicuously healthy, lacking the stick-thin frame and hollow cheeks of most people in the camp. Oh there, Smith. I'm in need of a good weapon. What do you need it for? I keep the fine folks at the camp safe from thieves. Well, most thieves. Of course, safety ain't free. Gotta eat, right? And if some folk don't want to chip in for the greater good, well, trouble seems to find them. He yawns. Nothing too fancy with the sword, just make it big and sharp enough that the sight will put some fear into a sensible man. I don't think I like this guy. Elmerd. A man sits by your anvil, staring at the keep's walls looming over the camp. His eyes track every guard that passes along the battlements. They're building up to something. More guards on the walls every day. New weapons. I've been watching them prepare for weeks. He scratches absently at an old scar in his face. It'll be at night when they think we're sleeping. They'll pour out those gates and clean up the refugee problem once and for all. Just you wait. I reckon I'll need a good blade by my side. No matter how good your blade, you won't be able to fend off a whole troop of guardsmen. That's fine. I don't want to hide in my tent waiting for death. I'll meet it on my feet. Maybe take a few with me. You sound a little paranoid. You haven't been here as long as I have. Men are like jackals in these days of ignorance. Killing for sport. Will murder us just to see the color of our blood. What do you need? Not asking for anything special. Just something sharp, reliable. Let's see if we could do Celine's here. See what that's about. This one's only 10 resources, 13. Steel. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Alright, so blade length 31 and 51%. Okay. Alright, so we got that. 35% right now. Alright. And well, at least 3 sharpness. Create short hilts, regular point, forge a well-balanced point, not too narrow, not too broad. Let's see the sharpness here. So I guess we change the thickness. So that will give us something sharper, I guess. Okay. At that. Change the width. If I want it that big. If I do, I'll narrow it, right? Hey, welcome on in. Yeah, it's a game called Bladesong. Just came out into early access. And it's rather interesting. Let's see. So if I do, so how do I get steep angle of wide thin blade? Okay, so let's do. Just your blade's cross section and make it sharp. All right. There's the sharpness. I want it. And then put a point on it. Okay. Point of balance there. So regular point. Forge a well-balanced point, not too narrow, not too broad. Okay. Is that considered Not too narrow, not too broad. Okay. Well, let's put a hilt on it right now and do that. So we want a guard. And we'll do like a strong taper. Get a nice pommel on there. Okay, so it's one-handed. I want leather, so we'll put cow leather on there. Ooh, yeah, that's looking real sharp. Getting real nice. Okay. At least two. At least two leather? Oh. Current 1.7. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. How do you get more? Do I just put like more polish on it? No. Like that. So she wants maybe a leather pommel doesn't look good though. I want these to look at least halfway decent. She says 1.7. I mean, I guess. I can make pommel like that. I don't know if I like that, but I don't have too many other options right now unlocked. Alright. Then regular point. So what do they want with the regular points? So I guess maybe I take a little bit of the pointiness out of it. Hey Absteak, welcome on in. So far so good. I just started, so I'm not very far in right now. But it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Okay, 50%. Okay, so that's now a regular point. Alright. So we've got everything that she wanted, I guess. Okay. Huh. Alright, well let's we can name it. Let's name it let's do it the other way. There we go. She examines the blade with a practiced eye. I've wielded a blade or two in my time, and this one's special. Thank you, Smith. There it is. We got 504 experience, 72 thalers, 1 broken cartwheel, 5 steel, And a book, Rise and Shine Volume 2. New sword part book. Okay. And level 2. You've earned a skill point. Open a skill tree to spend it on improvements. Asymmetrical blades allows you to forge asymmetrical blades. Okay. Advanced cross-section controls. Okay. Scale sword parts. Let's do the asymmetrical blades. Let's do that first. Okay. And we can, well, yeah, it's going to cost 1 action point. What does this do? Teach your following sword part designs. One more. They specifically ask for designs from this book. I guess just having those books is for creative decoration. Okay. I guess it just I guess the books just unlock things. What about our commissions here? Everything costs too much except for this one. This one. Desperate-looking man shuffles forward, unwrapping a battered blade from a dirty cloth. I haven't taken proper care of this. Been too focused on just surviving. Could you fix it? Sure, I could fix it. What do you want? Blade length between 36 and 56%. Weight between 18 and 38%. 3 sharpness and a regular point. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got to work with here. Slightly curved. Alright. So I guess we'll work on the... So the blade length is already correct. The weight he wants changed, so I guess we'll change the... Does the thickness change the weight? Or is it the width? Probably the width. Why is there... There's another change width of an... Oh, it's on both sides you do it with... Oh. Let's see. Taper width. So if I just change the width on this, will that reduce the weight? It doesn't seem to be having an effect on the weight. Okay. So it's gotta be thickness then, right? Yeah, that's having an effect. Oops, went too far. Let's go shift. There we go. Okay, and then once sharpness. So let's do our taper thickness, I guess. No, cross section. Use the asymmetry feature to create single-edged blades or add decoration to one side of the sword. For most abilities, you can set which sides of the blades are influenced, left, right, or both. Click the asymmetry button to cycle through. Okay. So we want to do how do I want to do this? Once it's sharper, right? Hmm. Hmm. That's at least 3 sharpness, huh? Hmm. Okay, get a little bit more of a point on it. Let me see here. It's not really helping. So he wants current is 2.4. Still 2.4. I think if I'm seeing this correctly, I think I need to time my hits here. I can see the bar going up, but it's not going far enough. Hmm. Any sharper? It's got to be this other side here. Extend this out. Oh, the weight's off now. Oh, the taper thickness. Okay, there we go. That worked. Now it's just the weight I gotta fix again. Oh, that knock thickness. Damn it. Balance is very far forward now. That's maybe not the greatest thing I just did. Let's we got a little bit ahead of ourselves there. Okay. No. All right. Okay. This back this way a little bit. And then for width. Oh. All right, and then the weights. Do that, and then we're gonna fix the points just a little bit. There we go. It's a lot of messing around. And not the prettiest sword I've ever seen, but it's something here. But it does fulfill all the stuff. Tree fitting. Let's call it the bulbous. I don't think I spelled bulbous correctly, but whatever. He examines the repaired weapon with amazement, running his fingers along the restored metal. It's like you brought it back from the dead. I owe you, Smith. Alright, 10 thalers for it. 24 XP. Good. We have another repair job. An old man limps up to your anvil, a worn blade in his quivering hands. His sword has seen better days, Smith. Can you help? I guess so. Ooh. Ooh, that's very pretty. That is quite pretty. Whoops. Is getting it to a point where I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, the length is correct. Sharpness, we'll do cross section here. There we go. What's a broad point? Okay. And just have to get some sharpness on it. I don't like that. Strong central ridge. No, that's just, it's getting everything wrong now. Let's do the thickness. It's not doing anything. That's not helping. Alright, how am I supposed to get the sharpness up on this then? Push blade. Point. Cross section. Not affecting the sharpness at all. Do I add another cross section to it? No, I don't like that. I like it I like how it's there. Hmm. Yeah, it's helping with the sharpness, but it's not. Let's remove that for a second. Hmm. 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 See, I don't like that. I like the cross section in here, or this little basically blood channel, but I don't. When I add this cross section, which is helping with the sharpness, it's getting rid of that, and I don't. I don't want to get rid of that. I think it looks really good. Arrow towards the point. Um, that gets rid of it, which I don't want to do. Adding to sharpness, though. Okay, and then if I add another cross section here. I got rid of the sharpness. It's basically forcing me to get rid of that. Ah. What if I just get rid of the cross section? Okay. Okay. Points. there. Nope, it's having the opposite effects. Now, let's see. Mm. And that looks like, in order to get the that looks terrible. That looks horrible. Like, it was so nice before. Now I have to, like, I don't understand how I can't get the sharpness to what I want it to look like. It's just so silly. Like, why is it doing that? Wow, as soon as I hit that. Well, it is what it is. I guess given it's not really my sword, can't really do much about it. I'm trying. Yeah. I wish you would. I wish it would like highlight which of these things are affected by, like, which of these ratings are affected by these things, because it's hard for me to honestly tell. And yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else? I think that was just everything that he wanted, right? He inspects the blade, running his thumb carefully along the edge. Much better. Good work, Smith. Is it? I don't think it is. Alright. So we have one more action point left. Let's use it to salvage this. Alright. That's all we can do for that day. Alright, well we made some coin at least. Outer gates the camp. The outer gate looms over the camp, both threat and beacon. Refugees gather, pleading for entry, while impassive guards look on. Approach the gates. The guard is slouching against the ramparts, gazing out over the horizon. His heavy-lidded eyes flicker your way only when you call for his attention. Huh? What do you want? The guard's sneer is especially pronounced this evening. I want to enter the keep. You a citizen, or you got yourself a worker's permit? No, but I'd like to apply for a worker's permit. I'm a blacksmith, and I've been plying my trade out here for a while now. Yeah, and I'm a dragon slayer. Get out of here, applicant. Get back to your tent. You return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best working with such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Being a source of steel, if I'm going to continue making a living in camp, I should ask around for a merchant. Like, how do I ask around for anything? That's my question there. Like I can't click on anything else, right? Seven. Oof. Black pigment. 3 speed, blade length, narrow point. Applications of reason. 540 XP. A mystery reward, huh? Gold pendant. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna stop there. I like the idea of the game, and I like how the game is playing. The problem right now is I feel. I mean, I know there's a whole creative mode where you can just make whatever you want, which is great. But it does kind of feel like in the story mode here, I feel kind of stuck. Right? Like, I feel like there's stuff, based on the journal, I feel like there's stuff that I should be progressing, but I have no idea how to progress it. And as far as forging the swords is concerned, I feel like I feel like the creativity that you would expect is not there yet. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of is there because they're just asking you for a sword. It doesn't matter what it looks like, but they have there's so many different exacting things that they want from the sword that it feels, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little weird. It like it doesn't feel as open ended as I would probably like. Now maybe it gets more open ended as you go on, but I don't know. I'm frustrated by like the requirements they give you and then the options they give you. It feels like a lot of trial and error and not a lot of just thought put into it. As from a player perspective, like I don't feel like I'm thinking. I feel like I'm just trying everything to see what works and what doesn't work, and that's kind of not great. Um, but I mean, I always think it's a really neat idea, and I think it's really a really cool thing, a really cool game concept, and I think the story has, it's very good writing so far, and I'm kind of interested in the story. But yeah, I don't. It's it feels a bit narrow right now, at least at the beginning, and maybe that's intended, but I don't know. I feel less inclined to continue doing any blades for anybody because I don't feel like I can. I feel like I'm just clicking buttons. I'm not really using my brain for anything. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But it's early access, and I think it's still there's some good stuff here. I mean, it's a nice looking game, and I think the customizations you can do on blades looks really good. And apparently, you can export the blades that you make to 3D print them, which is a really cool idea as well. So so yeah, I mean that's kind of I like it. I just need I don't know. I want to come back to this. I want to come back to this on another day and just kind of have it with a fresh perspective. It's been a busy day for me today, so my brain is not entirely clear. So I think that's my assessment right now is I need to just come back to this again and really try it another time. Maybe I'll play like a little bit off camera or something. Um, like with a different. I don't know if I can do a different. I think there's only one save slot, which is a little bit annoying. Um, yeah, there's only one there's only one save slot. That kind of sucks. Because I would like to have a separate save that I'm doing off camera that I could, in case there's like I don't want to in case there's story and stuff, right? Because it feels like there's story there. Um, and I don't want to like leave you guys out of the story because I think the story is pretty compelling here. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's okay. It's okay. Um, but yeah, this has been Bladesong, friends. Let's go and fire up another game. What do I want to do next? So I want to look at Solargene, and I also want to look at Alchemy Factory. I think maybe let's do Alchemy Factory. I think that sounds like a plan. Take a look at that. I don't know. I kind of want to look at Solargene because I don't think anyone else has looked at Solargene yet. Because I have a feeling I'm going to like Alchemy Factory. I've seen a few people playing it, but I have no idea what Solargene is. You know what? Let's do Solargene because I have no idea what I'm getting into with it. So let's go set that up here. Okay. All right. Got that there. I need to change. I need to change the category to Twitch. I wonder if I can just do that here. Change. Can you change the category from a command? I don't know if it'll let you do that. Does that work? No, I don't think. Oh. That's interesting. Bot did respond, but it didn't. That's funny. I see the response on my other Twitch chat window, but not on the current one. That's pretty funny. Game. Can I do set game? Game name I can. Okay, set game. Let's make sure that is. There you go. It's cool. It's actually pulling the price too. All right, excellent. All right, good stuff. That saves me some time digging through Twitch. All right, get this fired up. Hopefully this works. I don't think I've fired it up at all yet, so we'll have to go through the options and stuff. There you go. Let's do video settings. We'll turn VSync on. Full screen. This. Sound. Let's see what this sounds like. Well, I'd say the sound is fine. If anything, it's low. All right, learning. Learn how to build colonies of planetary services, hire staff, extract resources. Learn how to build spaceships, travel between planets and trade. Learn how to build orbital stations and research new technologies. Okay. Well, I guess we should do the learning stuff. Let's do that. Hello, my name is Urania. Okay. I am your virtual assistant. I will introduce you to the control panel of your space corporation. In the upper right corner is the menu panel access button where you can change settings, save the game, or exit it. In the upper left corner is your corporation panel, which shows how much money you have at the moment, the current date, and the interaction buttons. In front of you, you see a miniature model of the solar system. To move around it, you need to select the camera mode, free camera, flexible camera with ability to quickly move and view objects from different angles, top view camera, traditional camera for strategy games. Change your choice later. Free camera. Control mainly with the mouse to rotate the camera, move the mouse to the border of the screen. Left, right, top, or bottom. Okay. Zoom. Scroll the mouse wheel. Okay. Hover our mouse over it, then hold the wheel. Okay. Can't rotate around the selected objects. Okay. Mouse over and hold the right mouse button, then move the mouse. Alright, sure. You can also use WASD. Alright. Bottom of the screen are buttons to access the planet panels. In the planet panel, you can see detailed information about the planet, and if there's a spaceport, you can establish colonies or launch stations in orbit around this planet. Mercury. Okay. All messages for interlocutors are important. For successful completion of training, it is important to read and respond to the interlocutors' messages in the chat panel in a timely manner. If at any point you have deviated from the training task and don't know what to do next, make sure you have read and carried out all the instructions. Okay, whatever. At the bottom of the screen are buttons that access the... Understood. Greetings, I am Mark, the first employee of the spaceport of Mars, and I will help you build a colony and tell you how to extract resources. To start, let's choose a place for the colony on the surface of Mars. Okay, Abstig. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Let's choose a place for a colony on the surface of Mars. Click the Establish Colony button on the Mars panel. Okay. What's the place for a colony? Different parts of the planet, different weather conditions, and mineral deposits. The weather is usually more comfortable at the equator, and for the first colony, it's better to choose a place on the day side with sufficiently a long time until sunset. Okay. Alright. Take him around Mars. On the right is a button to access the weather and resources panel, where you can see the current weather in the colony and the nearest forecast, as well as what mineral deposits are in your colony. Okay. Establish a colony, hover your okay, go to the station button on the right. Okay. To deploy the colony, you'll need materials. I sent them a shuttle, but there's nowhere for it to land yet. At the bottom of the screen, you see the button to access the shuttle reception panel. Click the landing pad button on it. Choose a flat place without slope on the surface, usually a lowland, and when the marker turns green, click the left mouse button. Buttons to access the construction panels. With them, you can build rooms, install objects outside the station, orbital station blocks and ships, and also dismantle them. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Not enough materials. Okay. Colony needs electricity to start. Select the solar panel in the station panel at the bottom and install it on the surface. Jesus. It's tiny. Can I change the direction of it? On the right is the button to access the energy panel. Electricity is critically necessary for the colony's existence. Without energy, the lighting will disappear. Comfortable temperature will not be maintained, and all equipment will stop working. Construction is slowed down by charging construction bots to make it faster. Install a battery. Battery is gradually charging, but it's not enough until nightfall. Install 3 more solar panels to charge the battery faster. Okay. So now what? These are built. What am I supposed to do now? Is it maybe it's three more? 3 in addition to what? Okay. 3 more solar panels. Okay. Move the building base to start. Install supports in the ground not far from the landing pad. Top of the supports, build an airlock. Oh, good God. Everything looks identical. What the hell? Holy Christ. I know that they were saying on the reviews are saying that the UI is terrible in this game, and boy, is it terrible. Holy crap. Like, everything looks freaking identical. Like, what? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which one I pick, but, like, still, it's got all these numbers, like 2, 10, like, what? New equipment available, vending machine, all that stuff. Place supports attach another type of room, a corridor of 3 blocks. Where's the supports again? Here it is. Okay. Corridor of 3 blocks. In order to be able to pass through the airlock into the corridor and back, install 2 doors. One outside airlock, the other between airlock and the corridor. Okay. And between the airlock and the corridor. Okay. Install support in front of the airlock entrance and build a pedestrian walkway on it. The entrance is high above the ground, is necessary to attach a staircase. There you go. For construction, you need to order resources yourself. For this, you need money. Go to the cooperation. I think they mean cooperation dialogue and take a loan. I think you mean corporation, not cooperation. Take a loan. The hell? 3 months monthly payment is okay. On the right is a button to access the storage panel. Here you can see the contents of the colony storage and manage it, and red indicates errors will alert you to problems in the storage. Okay. Cooperation. I know, right? Like, I don't know. On the right is the button to access the logistics panel. Through it, you can buy, sell, ship resources, track shells, transporting cargo, and manage logistics tasks. Okay. On the right is the button to access the buildings panel. It displays a list of colony buildings or orbital station sections which can be used to quickly switch between them. Okay, building 72. Alright. Now click on the corridor you built. On the right is a button to access the selected rooms panel. Here you see the room status indicators that can install equipment inside the room and assign okay. Install benches, a food dispenser, and heaters in the corridor. If necessary, buy missing resources in the logistics panel. Benches, a food dispenser. Okay, if necessary, buy missing resources in the logistics panel. Oh god, what resources do I need? the frig? Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? What resources do I need? I need 20 or 10. I need 20 of that. Why couldn't I just... Why can't I just go right to what I need from there instead of having to remember it? So polymers. I have to type in what I want. No, why is everything else... Why are there numbers here for other things? I only need the one thing, right? Okay. Huh? Why did that go back to 30 minutes? Where's the shuttle? If you purchased the land. Okay. What do I have to do? Okay, dropped it off. Like, how? Alright. So we get vending machine. I guess there. And then food dispenser and heaters. What do I need for the heaters? 10 and 30 something. Okay. So I need 10 of these and 30 of these. Yeah. Don't think I'm gonna last long in this game. I think I'm not sure I've seen a game hobble itself with its own bad UI before, like this badly. Like everything else seems like everything about the game seems to be working, but the UI is so terrible that it's actively making me not want to play the game. And then I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a delay, a built-in delay to get the resources off of there, but at the same time, like it doesn't. It seems like you're supposed to, like I'm supposed to do something here, and it apparently not. And this thing constantly, like, switching over to. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of. There's a battery charge. Yeah, I don't know. All right. See if the temperature goes up in there. Okay, temperature is starting to go up. How to rotate items. Oh, hold control and use the mouse wheel. That would have been useful to know earlier. Alright, so the temperature is coming up in there. What else? Okay. Track temperature, allow use of railing. 34 electricity. So is there like a time speed up or something? Yeah, here's a time speed up. The temperature is not going any higher. It keeps repeating it's cold in the room. Okay, do I need more heaters? I mean, I'll put more heaters down. Well, I'll put one more heater down, I guess. There we go. It's now at 0C. Okay. Excellent. Your colony is ready to receive its first colonists. They are already on their way and will arrive soon by shuttle. Okay. Here we come. There they are. Their fancy suits. On the left is a button to access the staff. Oh my god, really? On the left here? Here you can hire staff and manage them, as well as track the current needs of your colonists. We've got a colonist portrait on the left. 2 are not comfortable. Great. Now going to sit. Clicking on a portrait on the left, this employee's panel opens. Here you can see what the character trait skills and needs and current status. Now wait for the employees to enter the room. Red indicators on the left signal that employees have problems or unmet needs. Benches are good. Personnel can sit on them after arriving on the colony and even sleep. But this is extremely uncomfortable. Let's build cabins for our employees and place furniture in them. Okay. Sure. Build cabins. So I guess I'll put some supports down. Get a hallway. It's not where I want that at all. Right, and then storage, mining, power plant, apartments. Okay. It's automatically connected. Let's... Okay. All right. That's in place. So I have to get heaters and stuff in here. Not sure. I assume. What do I need? Place furniture and then basic furniture sets. I guess I just need 5 Smeduzits. So probably 10 of those. Okay. That delivered. All right, can I install the basic furniture set now? Okay. And then cabins are built. Staff cannot use them yet. Finish placing. Click the assign staff button. All right. What? There we go. None of these buttons make any sense. They got buttons, knobs, and switches everywhere, and it's like, why doesn't it automatically figure things out here? Doors are for employees to be able to enter a room. Doors are needed. I thought there was already a door on there. Why wouldn't you automatically have it? Okay. While you may notice that the employees are now satisfied with the comfort. You may notice that the employees are now satisfied with the comfort. While the employee is inexperienced, a cabin is enough for them to feel comfortable. But as their skills improve, their comfort requirements will increase. For this, you need to build new rooms and assign employees to them. And now build a canteen, install furniture there, and assign colonists to it. Ugh. Okay. Meanwhile, they're just sitting there. The canteen. This is. I feel like. I mean, I'm no stranger to these sort of colony building games. I don't know why this one is so clunky. Like it feels like things were just kind of piled on top of one another. As far as like the features, and at no point did they go back and like try to actually integrate them together. It's just like I feel like I'm navigating, you know, patches. Like, oh, we added this in this patch. We added this in this patch. We added this in this patch, and it's like, and every patch just increased the number of amount of shit on the screen. I mean, what is every one of these freaking like literally every single menu here, right? Canteen, all these look identical. Toilet, they all are identical to the ones that were in canteen. Apartment, like I'm literally clicking on things and the images are not changing. They all look so why just why? Just I need to know why. Why is this like this? Like why wouldn't you just do what every other game does and put down a generic room and then have a menu that says this room is an apartment, is designated as an apartment. This room is designated as the canteen. And you just build the room up with generic blocks. And then if you want to add windows and stuff, you just give us windows. You know, they already have the ability to add doors, right? Like, I don't know why. I don't. What is the like all of the, and these all take different materials too, which is just strange. I don't. This is just really frustrating. And I like this whole build. It's like they just kept adding building buttons along here. And they just kept adding buttons on the right, and now there's buttons on the left. It's just like, what the hell? And then we got this damn, we have buttons up here, and this damn tutorial panel is like 95% of the screen. Like, this could have just been there could have been two menus, right? There could have been an external menu where you put down all the external buildings and stuff inside of that menu, and an internal menu where it's like, here's all the internal building things. This is just strange, and it's frustrating. Because in order to do this, I gotta go find the damn icon for the supports. Here it is. Put that there. All right. I need a hallway. Where the hell's the hallways again? Like, there's a storage. Okay. Mining. Hallway. Here it is. And what's even worse is it drives me nuts. I put that down, but it's like it didn't put it next to the thing, which is just driving me batty here. Wait, why is that too high? What is... Yeah, why did that go too high like that? Where's the doors at? There it is. Okay. Some of the pop outs, flyouts have a close X button, and some of them have a close button. Very, very strange. Um, Table. Eat at. Um. There you go. So, install furniture there and assign colonists to it. Radiation levels. Meanwhile, the colonists just sit there. Okay. Oh, it's cold in... Is it cold in there? Space here, I need... 3... Okay, so... Buy... Just... Buy 10 of these, I guess. Speed up time. Okay, can I have the resources for the space heater yet? There you go. Alright, is it going to warm up in there? At all? Does not appear to be... Oh, it's... Okay. Starting to warm up in there. Slowly but surely. Do you get more space heaters in here? It's a whole lot of sit around and wait here. What it seems like. Yeah, this is more of a try your patience simulator than a colony simulator. Getting there. We're getting to freezing at least. Okay. There it is. Now it's necessary to build a toilet, equip it with everything necessary, and also assign staff there. Note the toilet stalls consume and produce resources when used by colonists. If there are not enough resources in the storage, or the use is limited in the storage settings, personnel will not be able to use the stalls. This is true for other colony equipment as well. I don't know. These employees have been just kind of sitting here on these benches the entire time. So I don't know if it matters. They've been sitting there for days right now. I made them nice rooms. They have a canteen to use, and they're just like, nah, we're good with this bench and this vending machine. Like, that's literally all they're doing. Although they do say that they want to go to the toilet. I mean, I guess it's about time they want to go to the toilet. Again, all the toilets look identical. So let's go. I guess we put supports down here. And put a... Oh, hey, somebody's walking around for a change. I don't have enough materials for second toilet. Oh, well, I guess they're going to have to share the one. Equip it with everything necessary and also assign staff there. Wash bin with mirror. I guess. And then a stall. Large heater. I mean, I guess they don't want to be in a cold toilet. E3, man, I am... yeah, I'm done. I can't be bothered. It's, I'm just fighting the, I'm just fighting the interface, and the game is not fun enough to fight the interface. Let's just put it that way right now. Like, it's a whole lot of just sitting around waiting for things to happen. There's not very much feedback. Yeah, it's just, it's not good. I honestly, yeah. Yeah, the user interface of this game is so horribly laid out that it makes it frustrating to work with. There's so many different ways that could have been like refactored to be streamlined. Some of the other things, like the tutorials and stuff, are... The tutorial is comprehensive, but at the same time, it doesn't go fast enough. So you're just kind of bored while you wait for things to happen. So it triggers the next part of the tutorial. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on under the covers here. And there's probably a rich simulation happening, but damned if you can tell if, like, there's no feedback of said simulation or anything like that. It's just kind of, yeah. They just have to... It's one thing to have a game that is slow paced. It's another thing to bore the shit out of the players. Right? Like, you play games to not be bored. And if your game is slow paced, it can still be slow paced and not be boring. And this one is just freaking boring. But anyway, that's going to do it for me for tonight. I'm a little bit tired anyway, and we've hit like 11:30. I wanted to maybe look at some other things, but we'll just deal with that. We'll put a thumbtack in that and call it there. Anyway, my friends, that has been Solargene, and also Bladesong, which was really nice. I was enjoying. So two relatively good games, I'd say. Well, one really, really good game. This game, I don't think I would recommend it to anybody. At least not in its current stage. Um, anyway, that does it for me for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you happen to run across this on the YouTubes and you have a like and or subscribe that you can spare, maybe toss my way, that would be great and awesome and swell. It helps out tremendously, and I appreciate it greatly. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you bye.
To a man who has "Welcome Aboard" tattooed on his penis.